Evening and welcome to Tuesday night's Hatha yoga session. So we're bringing ourselves into mountain pose, making sure that our feet are even, the weight's even between the feet, that we're not leaning forwards or backwards or to the side, that we feel it even through the toes. That we're engaging our front of our thighs, our inner thighs, our back thighs, our bottom. That we're pulling in our pelvic floor, so we're lifting our obviously we're going to stop ourselves from breaking wind and stop ourselves from weeing, but we're going to leave our belly and our abdominals nice and free so that we can breathe into them. And we're going to start with circular breath, so we're kind of going around in a circle. Now if you were to breathe up your nose, you'll find that you're dominant in one nostril, so it'll either be the left or the right, but you'll find that you tend to breathe up one more so than the other. Now they say that it changes, and it possibly does. Me personally, I find if I'm right-handed that I breathe up my left nostril, but then as I'm breathing down, I find that I use my right nostril to breathe down predominantly. But that's me. Listen to your own body, go with your cycle. So what we're going to do is breathe out first, then we're going to breathe up our dominant nostril, filling the lungs the way we did last week, trying to fill the whole of the lungs, the 3 dimensions into 3 chambers, holding it, taking the thumb away and breathing down from the top, pushing out, pulling everything in, eventually squeezing and trying to push up through the diaphragm to push the last bit of air out. Hold the nose, take the finger away and breathe up. And you're going to go round in this circle. Now the holding, you don't have to hold it very long. You can hold it for just a second and then breathe down or breathe up. Finish your breath out, and take a big breath in through both nostrils and breathe out through the mouth. and 2 more. Bringing it down. Lovely. So let's work on our neck. So we're going to stretch the front and back of our neck. We're going to breathe out and tuck our chin down. And breathe in, lift the chin up. Breathing out, taking it down. Breathing in, taking it back. Let's do 2 more. And bring it back to centre. So we're going to tick-tock the head side to side. We're tucking the chin in, and we're just going to bring the ear towards the shoulder and then towards the other side. And 1 more on each side. Bringing it back to centre. And we're going to turn and look over the shoulder and centre, and over the other side and centre. And 1 more on each side. Bringing it back to centre. So we're going to take into a back cross. We're taking it down into a forward bend. You can bend your knees. We're going to stay down here for 3 breaths, and you want to think about breathing more into the back and into the sides. You can breathe into the chest, but if you are, see if you can feel it pushing against your legs. If you want, you can move as if you're in ragdoll. So it's up to you what you do. Do whatever your body feels. If it feels nice to move, then have a little move. So we're going to breathe out, tuck the chin in, pull the shoulders in, push the belly in, let the body roll down. Remember, bend the knees if you want. Especially if you've been sitting all day, it may be quite nice just to bend the knees. You can always straighten one leg and then the other leg. Then we're always going to bring ourselves back to centre, tuck the chin in, and breathe in as we roll back up. So let's do 1 more. Let's tuck the chin, pull the shoulders, pull the belly, roll down. If you want to let yourself move, or just hold it here, especially if you've got back problems, you might not want to move. You may want to just try bending and straightening one leg at a time. So this is nice for the back just to pull out. Again, it's a great sitting down stretch. So let's curl ourselves all the way back up again. And we're going to take it back. So we'll place our hands on our bum first. We're pulling our elbows together. Now with our neck, we don't want our heads to just go back. we want to sort of push our chin and our neck up, and this will help to engage the muscles that are in the neck so that we're not stretching off the front of the neck back and working the back. We want to keep the neck pushing. So if we're here, we don't want the neck to be pulling back, we want the head to be pushing up, and it'll encourage the neck to stay in line. We're pulling the shoulders together, we're pushing the neck up towards the ceiling. So there should be no pain in the neck. And we're trying to breathe into the front of the body. We can breathe into the back, we'll feel that massage. And we're breathing out to bring ourselves back up. We can take it back again. This time if we want, we can take the hands away, roll the shoulders back and pull them back, pushing the hands towards the floor. But you don't have to if you feel that it's a bit nerve-wracking. Remember, watch that neck. So push the hips forward, pull the shoulders back, push the chin up towards the ceiling, the neck up towards the ceiling. So it engages the muscles of the neck. And then bringing yourself back up again. Release it. So we're going to take it over to the side bend. Now you can keep your hands by your side. You can bring your hands up in line with your shoulders. You can take the hands up so that the palms are facing each other. Now we don't want to pull the shoulders down. We want to push the shoulders forward. And again, this will start the muscles in the shoulders at the bottom here and the muscles at the top of the shoulders there to start working. If you pull it down, then you'll stop your work, you'll stretch the top one. So we want to push the shoulders forward. We're breathing in, and as we breathe out, we're reaching over to the side. We're pushing the hips over. We're keeping the chin tucked in. We're not letting the head drop. We're keeping the feet flat on the floor. So we don't want the feet rolling out. And then bringing it back up. Let's take it over the other side. So pushing the hip over, pushing the front of the arms forward, keeping the chin tucked in. Breathing into that top lung if we can. Then bring it out. Let's bring them arms down. And let's have another go. Lifting them up. Remember, you don't have to go up. Push the armpits forward. Reach over to the side. And bringing it back up. Breathe out, take it over the other side. And bring it up. Take the arms down. Now again, we're going into the twist. If you want to, you can keep the arms down. You can have them in line with the shoulders. You can take them up. But again, push forward. Use the shoulder girdle to pull them arms up. We're going to breathe out and twist round to the side. Thinking about where we're breathing. Is it a diagonal breath? And then bring it back to centre. And let's take it round the other side. So again, we can look over the shoulder, or we can turn and look in the opposite direction. bring it back. Take the arms down. So let's try one more. Bringing it back. And then taking it down. Lovely. So we're going to bring our legs into a swing, so I'm going to take it down so that you can see my feet rather than my head. If you need to, you can hold onto a wall. You're going to bring the foot backwards and forwards. And then we're going to bring it down and we're going to change sides. So again, swinging the leg backwards and forwards. Trying to keep it from stop it from going out to the side. Keep it as straight as you possibly can. So we're working the hip, but we're also working the back of the leg and the front of the leg. And bring it down. So we're going to take it across the body and out to the side. Again, trying to keep that leg facing forward. You don't want it turning out. So from here we're going to bend the knee, bring the foot up, bring it into tree pose, hands together. Lift the arms up if you want to, or keep them wherever you want. Push the knee down as if you're trying to open up the knee. And then we're going to take the foot off and bring it down. Let's move our weight over and bring our foot out to the side. And again, lifting, bringing it round. Bring the hands into prayer. Take them to wherever you feel you want to bring them up. And let's bring it down. So we're going to step our foot back up. We're going to drop ourselves down and bring our hands onto our hip and see if we can lift onto our toes. And bring it down. Sit down a little bit more, and then let's change sides. So we're sitting down, we're bringing the foot over, finding our spot and trying to lift our heel off the floor. it on the other side, can't do it this way. And then sit down a little bit further and lift up and up. Give your legs a little shake. So let's bring ourselves into sun salutation. That rain is coming down. We're bringing ourselves into mountain pose. If you want, see if you can bring your feet together. But remember, if you find it easier to have them apart, then have them apart. Bring the hands into prayer. Pull the pelvic floor in, the abdominals, the shoulders down. Squeeze the hands together. Close your eyes if you can. If you feel a bit wobbly, then just look towards the floor. Think about what you want. So we're going to breathe in, lifting our arms up, reaching back a little bit. As we breathe out, we're bringing our hands down to the floor. If we have to bend our knees, that's fine. Letting our head drop forward. As we breathe in, we'll come into a half bend. So we're straighten the legs. Use the hands if you need to push the chest out, push it down, tuck the chin in, trying to get a nice straight back. We're going to start with our right leg. We can bend the knees, step back. Let the hips drop. You don't have to go any further than here, just letting the hips drop, working on that psoas muscle. From here we're going to step back to down dog. Push with your fingers, pushing the heels to the floor. Walk one leg at a time if you need to. Anything that makes it feel much nicer for you. Come up onto your tiptoes and roll forward into plank. If you want to, you can drop the knees, bend the elbows back, bring the chest down, lift up into Sphinx or into Cobra or into Up Dog, whatever you prefer. Bring the hands back, come back to down dog. Lift the left foot up in the air. You may find that the heel of the right foot will go down a bit further. Look forward, pull the knee in towards your chest and then flick it out. Let the hips drop. You may be able to, maybe you want to drop the knee and come up and push from here, or lift the arm, or lift the leg as well. It's up to you. Bring the hands down. Step in, then the knees if you need to, look up, stretch the arms, breathe in, reach back. Last one. Breathing out. Breathing in. Breathing out, stepping back with that left foot. Breathe in if you want to lift the arms up. Breathe out as you're stepping back to down dog. Breathe in as you come up onto your tiptoes and breathe out as you come forward into plank. Breathe in as you lift up into cobra and breathe out as you bring it back to down dog. Breathe in, lift the right leg up and breathe out. Step the foot through your hands. Breathe in, lifting up, and breathe out into that forward bend. Bend the knees, breathe in, lift, reach back, bring the hands together, breathe out, bring it down. Lovely. So we're going to take it into straight leg triangle. So we're taking our feet apart. Now, everybody is different. Some people like a narrow stance. Some people like a wide stance. It's completely up to you wherever you feel you want to go. It all depends on what's happening here in your joints of your hip. If it doesn't feel right, try to just lower this down a bit. Getting a bit hot. If it doesn't feel right, then maybe taking a narrow grip may work, or vice versa. So I'm going to start with a wide grip because I like wide grips. I prefer it with my hips. But listen to your hips and see which works best for you. So we're going to turn our foot out, but we don't want the hip to go. So we want to make sure that the hip's facing forward. The knees now, they're not locked. They've got a slight micro bend in the knees. They're not bent, but they're not locked. They're slightly bent. If you lift your toes, you'll find that it's easier to engage them knees, them thighs. But now the muscles have moved. So whereas they were at the front, now they've moved out and they're now at the side. But it's still the exact same muscle, even though it's moved. So the muscle that would normally be here as your inside is now kind of here, but it still moves the same way. It still wants to pull towards each other. We still tighten up the back muscles, and we're trying to keep these muscles, these legs, in this position. We want to move through the waist. So I'm going to turn the camera off so that you can see the arms. The legs don't do much more than that. So we've got our legs in the same position, the right position. Now we can have our hands here so that we're working the shoulders. But again, if you've got your arms up, if you feel the muscles just here underneath your arm, you'll find that if you're lifting up, they're not actually working. It's only that top muscle that's working. But we want the whole of the shoulder area to work. So if we turn our arms back slightly and then you'll feel that that muscle there starts to work. And so now the muscle at the top and the muscle at the bottom of the arms are holding the shoulder blades together. If it's still too much, you can always take the arm out, okay? So think about what's happening in your shoulder. So, from here, we're moving from the waist, but it's not the hips. They're not going anywhere. We can just move backwards and forward and imagine that's something that we've got our hips in a vice grip. We're going to kind of turn our hands back so that we're engaging these muscles here underneath. We're going to reach over and then we're going to rotate. Bringing one hand up, one hand down. Now imagine you've got a ball in your hand and you're squeezing a ball. So engage the hands, the palms, everything in as well. We're stretching the arms away from each other. And then we're going to bring ourselves back up. And if you want to, you can always give your arms a little relax in between. So let's try the other side. So lift the foot, turn the foot back to centre, and we're going to turn the other foot out. So we're going to lift the foot and turn it out. But we're not taking our hips round. We want to keep them in one place. So again, we're lifting the arms. Now we're turning back slightly and imagine grabbing a ball to encourage all the muscles in the arms to work. We can go backwards and forwards just so that we can kind of understand that it's just the waist that's going to move. And then when we're ready, we'll push it over and take it down, lifting that arm up. Push that shoulder forward. So push your armpit, forward. And again, help to encourage the shoulder blades to work, all the muscles in the shoulders to work. And then let's bring ourselves back up. Bring them hands down. Turn the foot in. So we're going to do the same thing, but we're going to twist. When we twist, our foot's turned, we're taking our body round. You can take the hand down and take the two hands down and then open at the side, pushing round. Now, if you need to, you can have a chair, you can have the settee, you can have a great big block, you can have your hand on your knee. You don't have to go too far down. But you're twisting and looking behind. If it feels too much to open that arm at the back, take the hand onto the back and lift the shoulder, lift the elbow. That should make it a bit easier. So I'm going to turn this way. So we're turning out, we're moving round, we're going forward. The foot's still in the same position at the back. Now we're opening the arm up. If it's too much, take it behind and use the elbow to pull round. And then bring the hand down. We're going to open at the front. And we're lifting up. We're lifting the foot, bringing it back in. I'm going to change the other way. So we're turning the foot out. We're turning the body round. We're taking the hands down, taking them anywhere they can go, remember, on anything. We're opening that back arm up. We're going to bring that top arm down. We're opening at the front. And we're lifting up and out from here. Bring the foot in, bring the arms down. Walk your feet in, give yourself a little shake. So we're going to take it into a eagle lat stretch, that we're stretching the whole of our back muscles, plus our arms. We're taking one hand over the top. It doesn't matter which way you do it, because we'll change that direction. Now, with the bottom hand, you're turning that away and making a fist, and you can make a fist with the top hand. If you bring the little finger of the bottom hand out and the thumb of the top hand, to see if you can get them to touch first. And if they touch, you may find that if you straighten out the hand, that they come together. If you can't do any of this, you can always just stay here with the hand, the top arm, or what would be the top arm, you're pulling in. Now, we're going to go round in a circle. So you're lifting the arm up, and you're going to draw a big circle with your elbows. Now we're going to go in the opposite direction. Then if you've been sitting at a computer all day, this works, this great big massive muscle that run down the side of the spine, the lateral dorsals. One more, bringing it up to the top, bringing it down, undoing the arms, so remember which one's on top, because we're going to change the arms. Lifting it up, drawing a big circle. Go in the opposite direction. Up to the top and undo. Giving the shoulders a little shake. So we're going to take it into half moon, or this one, because we're doing it this way, we're doing it, it's called sugar goddess, sugar plum goddess, like that, sugar cane goddess. So I'm going to drop the camera down. You may want to block. Now, if you want, you can have your block down here. We're going to bring ourselves first into a forward bend and let ourselves just relax down in forward bend. So from here you can bend the knees, let yourself come down. You can move again if you want to. You can straighten one leg, you can just hold it here and pull with the arms, whatever feels better for you. But just let yourself relax down. Let your head relax, let your head go. Feel as if the shoulders are being pulled forward and down. Feel the stretch through the lower back and the bum. And then we're going to bend the knees and we're going to roll ourselves up. So let's take ourselves down. Let's go down again. Roll yourself down. Remember, let the knees bend. And then straighten one leg. Just let yourself stay here. Pull with the hands if you want to. Let the head and the neck be nice and relaxed. So from here we're going to see if we can place our hand on the block or the floor, whichever's easier. You're going to bring all your weight to your right foot and you're going to lift your left foot off the floor. And you're kicking it up and out. You may want to turn the right foot in slightly and then move your left hand up your right arm, taking it up towards the ceiling so that you're coming into half moon, lifting the leg towards the ceiling. Then we're going to bring the hand back down, turn the foot back in, bring the back foot down, bend the knees, roll up. Lovely. So let's try the other side. Roll down. Bringing the hands onto the floor, onto the block, anywhere you want to. We're going to bring the weight onto our left foot. Lift our right foot off the floor. Then if we can, if we need to, we can move the left foot in so it's kind of gone on at 45 degrees. Leave the hand on the block. Slide the hand up the left arm. Take it up to the ceiling. Lift the foot. See if we can turn and look forward or look up towards the hand. Just depending on how you feel. We're going to bring the hand down. We're going to turn the body. Bring the foot down. Bend the knees. Roll up. Let's try one more of those. They're quite nice. So here we go. Rolling it down. Move the weight. Lift the foot. Turn if you need to. Lovely. Really, really good. Let's do the last side. Push into your bum, give yourself a little stretch back when you come out of that. So we're going to bring ourselves down onto the floor. So we take ourselves down into a forward bend, step or jump, back to down dog. Come down onto the knees, push back to child, let the head relax down. So we're going to bring it into, or start to take it into a four-limbed pose, which is the lower version of a press-up. So it's where you hold yourself just hovering above the ground. Now this can be quite hard, so we're not going to hold it for too long if you can't. But you're going to work with your fingers and work with the shoulder joints and the elbow joints. We're going to, as we normally do, try and put our fingers down so that we're making an archway in our fingers and also an arch in our hand. But what we want to imagine doing is ripping the floor. So we want to kind of pull the floor in, and this will help again to encourage the arm muscles to come in and work. We don't want our head to be dropping down, so we don't want to stretch the neck here, and we don't want to lift the head up. We don't want to stretch here. We want to imagine pushing the chin forward, dropping it down and pulling it back up, and then trying to hold it in that position so that the neck is not as long. I'll do that again from here. So we're trying to go forward, down and pull up. And then when you do that, you'll feel as if the neck is a lot stronger. You've got that, the front of the neck working, and the back of the neck working. And the same when you start to grip the floor, you'll feel as if you're working all the muscles, even these ones underneath the shoulders, as well as the muscles in the arms. We're going to do it with our knees on the floor if you want to, and again you're pulling in your pelvic floor as much as you can. So, we're coming onto our knees, bringing our hands underneath. Imagine ripping the floor. So again, as you're doing that, it'll force the front of your arms round to the front. Now from there, you're coming forward and bending the elbows and just holding yourself just here. Squeeze and push with the arms. And then push back. Take the hands off. Give yourself a little relax. So we're going to do that one more time. We're ripping in, we're pulling back, keeping our knees down, squeezing our stomach muscles. So hands come under the shoulders, rip the floor, come forward, squeeze the stomach muscles, bend the elbows back, hold them in towards the chest, shoulders pulling down, chin tucked back. And then push up, push back. Bring yourself up. Sit yourself down. Oh, in fact, no, we'll go with me. Yeah, no, I'll do this one first. So sitting down, pull your leg in and have it as close to your body as possible. Imagine trying to stand into that leg. Holding it with the opposite hand, turn the thumb, so the thumb's up, reach forward and then turn the thumb down. Take the hand in and see if you can place it so that it's flat, palm facing out against your bum. You're then going to turn and look behind and bring the other hand round, thumb comes up and you're bringing it in behind your back. You're seeing if they can meet. If not, you're just keeping them in this position, pulling the shoulder back, looking behind. And then bring yourself back to the front and do the arms. So let's try the other side. So pull it in. Holding it with the opposite hand, bring the other hand on the inside of the knee, thumbs up, reach down, then go thumbs down, bring it in, place it flat against the leg. Take the other one, reach round, thumb goes down, it comes in, and you're having it flat, but you're pulling the shoulder back, looking behind, trying to come up as straight as possible. This is sage pose. And then bring it back, pull it in. Let's try that one more time. Reach forward, turn the hand, reach the body back, sit the body up, pull back, using the arm underneath the leg. And undo. Let's change sides. So reaching forward, bringing it round, taking the hand round the back, sitting the body up, looking behind. again, roll yourself back out. Bring the foot down. So we're going to take ourselves into pose of pigeon pose. Now if you've got padding, a cushion or anything like that, you might want to keep it closed. If you've got your things, your blocks, you may want to keep that close. So we're starting off on our knees, and we can come into down dog to relax out of this. You're bringing your knee between your hands. Then you're trying to move that back leg back a bit further, but you want to make sure that the knee's flat, so that you can, if you need to, you can pick that knee up off the floor without it going in the opposite direction. From here, you're keeping your body lifted. Pull your shoulders back, look up. And with this, you'll feel a stretch right through the front of here. So again, if you've been sitting all day, lovely stretch. It's also great for your knees and for your sciatic nerve. So we're going to still look up, but we're going to bring our chest down and rest it on the leg. If you want, if you need to, you can place a block under your head so that your head relaxes, and you can bring your hands out. If the head can go all the way to the floor or a bit further down, you just bring it down until your head rests on the floor and your arms are stretched out. We're bringing our hands back underneath, lifting our chest up and off. Tuck your toe at the back, and then you're going to push back up into down dog. It should be quite nice and refreshing on the knee. That's just been bent. So we're going to bring the other knee in, bend it in, bring it between the hands. Take that back leg back. Use the hands to pull the chest back, look up. So stretching through the leg on the other side. And then breathing out, bringing the body down, letting the head relax, letting the arms stretch out. Bringing the hands back underneath, we're lifting up, tucking the toe, stepping back. So we're going to see if we can move the leg out a bit. So instead of pulling it straight in, we're trying to flex it and taking the outside edge of the foot onto the floor and then bringing the foot down. Now, if this doesn't feel right, then just go straight to the same one we were just doing a minute ago. I'm going to do it sideways. Hopefully you'll be able to see it a bit better. So you're bringing the foot onto the side, so the outside edge of the foot goes down, and then you're bringing your foot underneath. Now, if your bum sticks up, the leg, that side that's bent, then put something underneath your bum. And it can be a cushion, it can be a bolster, it can be a block, anything you want. But you want that back leg to be flat down. push back. You're trying to make sure that your hips are nice and straight. They're not up or down too far. They're as straight as they possibly can be. So again, we're bringing ourselves forward. If you can put something underneath your head, place something under your head, or again, just take the arms out. Bringing the hands underneath, tucking the toe, lifting the body, push back to down dog. I'm going to do it this way, otherwise I'll lose my mat. So let's do the other leg. Lifting it up, taking it through the outside edge, bringing it down. Taking that back leg back. Stick something underneath your bum to try and make sure that you don't fall over. Lift up, reach back, flexing that foot. And again, bringing the chest down. Bringing the head down, letting the arms reach out. Let's lift up, tuck the toe, step back. Give your legs a little walk. Bring it down, push the child. Let's bring ourselves onto our back. Now if you've got your block, grab hold of your block, stick it between your knees, turn your palms over, and we're going to take it up into bridge pose. So lifting up. Have your feet as close to you as you possibly can. Lift up, keeping the knees pulling together, pushing the hips up in the air. Bring the shoulder blades together, try and push the hips up. Come up onto your tiptoes if you can, to push them hips up a bit more. And then bringing it back down. Let's do one more. So remember to rock into it. Dropping the hips down, lifting, bring the shoulder blades together, walk them towards the feet if you can, come up onto the tiptoes if you can. And then roll it back down. Lift the knees off, the feet off the floor, take your block off. Turn the palms, lift them up. Bring the knees to the side. Try and keep the shoulder blades on the floor. Bring them back to centre. take them over the other side. Bring them back to centre, and let's do one more on each side. Bring them back, and let's change last time. And bring it back to centre. Bring the feet down. Bring the arms down. So we're taking ourselves into our relaxation. Remember, you can go into corpse pose where you bring your feet down and let the legs drop out. Let everything relax. Let the shoulders relax. You can go onto your side. You can go onto your belly. And if you want to, you could do the circular breath from lying down. We've done it standing up, so you can see how it feels different when you're lying down. And again, you may have changed the nostril that is your dominant nostril. In may have changed. So before you start, check. See which one you breathe in dominantly to and which one you breathe out dominantly to. If it hasn't changed, don't worry, mine never does. I'm just going to put some more water in my thing. And then I shall get you lying down, or you can sit up. You don't have to lie down. You may want to sit up and watch the light. Think about using gazing to help flush the eyes out, especially again if you've been working on a computer all day. You may find it's quite nice to let your eyes just relax and just watch something and let the waters from the eyes flow. But this is your time to relax. So choose whatever makes you feel better. You can imagine yourself on a beach. You could imagine yourself in a beautiful woods, in a log cabin. You could imagine yourself in your bed. You can take yourself to any place that makes you feel safe, secure. It can be a place from the past. You can see yourself somewhere you want to be in the future. The great thing about your imagination is it can take you anywhere you want to go. There's no limitations. Everything is possible. Just let your mind wander if it wants to. Make sure there's no tension in any part of the body though. Let your eyebrows and your jaw, the throat and the shoulders are relaxed. Fingers, the elbows and wrists. But you're not tensing your chest, you're letting it be free, you're not holding your belly in, let it go. You're not squeezing your pelvic floor, squeezing your bum muscles. The toes and the ankles and the knees are relaxed. awareness back into the room. Start to feel movement through the toes, the fingers. Working up through the legs, through the arms. Meeting in the body. Bringing the awareness and movement through the shoulders, the upper and the lower back, stomach and the chest. And then a movement through the neck and the head. You can take your arms above your head, and as you breathe in, feel as if you're being pulled by the arms in one direction and the toes in the other. And as you breathe out, just let the body relax. Another big breath in, stretching the arms, one arm and then the other arm. Feel the side ribs, feel the side waist start to stretch. And again, when you need to breathe out, relax. Pull the legs up towards the chest, pull them in towards you and take them round in a circle. Feeling that massaging effect on the lower back. And then take the legs in the opposite direction. Roll over on your side, stay on your side. Think about how your body feels. Make sure that everything feels okay before you sit up. Thank you for joining me. And take good night.